How to get rid of our fears. For us to even attempt to answer this, we have to together figure out what is the root cause of our fears. Why do we even get fearful in the first place? It's only then that we can go about trying to figure out how do we get rid of these fears. So where do these fears actually arise from? Observe this in yourself. Next time you feel fearful, and there will certainly be a next time, don't just turn away from your fear. Don't even go about facing your fear, but simply observe your fear, not the object of your fear, not the symptoms of your fear, but just fear itself. Once you actually do this, you will realize that all fear, and I do mean all fear, arises from one and only one fundamental reason. And this reason is that you feel you are not in control. That's it. Just this one reason. The feeling, the helplessness that you are not in control. We are afraid because we feel that certain things might happen, and these are the things that we don't want to happen. So we actually fear that we will not be in a condition to prevent them from happening. That's it. This lack of control over what might happen is the root cause of all your fears. Let's take an example. Most of us are afraid of fire, a house being set ablaze. But if you knew for certain that in case a fire happened, then you would definitely, most certainly, be able to control it within 1 minute. Then would you still fear fire? The answer is no. So it's not the phenomena itself, but the lack of control over it that actually makes us fearful. And you can try this with all your fears. It is always the lack of control that makes us fearful. Is it any wonder then that for most people, the number one cause of fear is death? Something over which that we have absolutely no control. We have no idea when it might happen, how it might happen, what happens after it. So absolutely no control. So no wonder that most of us fear death. Now that we have figured this out, how do we actually go about fighting our fears? We all understand that we can't go about controlling everything that happens around us. We can't even control the weather, for crying out loud. So people are even fearful of weather spoiling their plans. So controlling everything around us is not a solution. Because if you were to really reflect, then for every single phenomena, for every little thing, everything is the cause. Everything has to come together from the inception of time for something to take place right now. So can you control everything? Can you control even the slightest of things? No, just not possible. So getting everything under your control is not the solution for fighting your fears. So if you were to truly understand it, and not just understand it, actually believe it, that nothing is actually in our control, then what is the obvious way of fighting our fears? Then the obvious way of fighting our fears is stop trying to even exercise control. It's an illusion anyway, this feeling of control. But the more you strengthen it, the more fearful you become. I hope you see this. So the only obvious solution is just trying to even stop exercising control. And what you will find is this act of stopping to exercise control actually liberates you. You surrender yourself to the will of life. You joyfully surrender yourself to whatever the next moment might bring. You give up trying to be in charge, trying to be in control, which at best was an illusion anyway, so you are actually not giving up on anything. So this is how you go about getting rid of your fears, one step at a time. By giving up your illusion of being in control, just let it go. Just flow with life. This is how you lose your fears. This is how you become free, the way you were always meant to be.